For years, humankind has sought answers to many important questions. What is the meaning of life? Who or what created us? And what is the best movie of all time? The most thought-provoking, beautifully shot, masterfully written, and brilliantly acted film ever to grace the silver screen. After years and years of research, hundreds of thousands of hours of film being beamed into my brain for the sole purpose of answering this seemingly unanswerable question, I have the answer. Yes, that's right, your eyes do not deceive you, and you are not overdosing on drugs. I am indeed talking about 2022's cinematic masterpiece, Lyle Crocodile. But mayhem, I hear you ask, how can this be? I've only seen middling reviews, this cannot be the film you think is the best movie of all time. Just want to quickly interject here that whoever wrote this review has clearly not seen this year's Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. I was going to put Halloween Ends here, but that didn't come out till 2 weeks after that, so you know. Back to the video. Yes, it is indeed my child. But I understand your confusion, as I too was once like you, a naive, blissfully unaware individual who thought, that looks like absolute shite, what dumb fucker thought that was a good idea. But after seeing the film for myself, it changed my perspective on human existence and gave me a reason to love film again. Even TGI Fridays knew the prestige that they had in their hands when they were offered a sponsorship. They made a drink called the Crocodile to promote this movie. Look at it. It's beautiful. Now, I know it's based off a book series, but quite frankly, I can't be arsed to talk about it because I don't know if it's a masterpiece. I know the film is, though. Now, the premise for this I just took straight from Wikipedia because it sums it up pretty well. When the Prim family moves to New York City, their son, Josh, struggles to adapt to his new school and friends. All of that changes when he discovers Lyle, a singing crocodile that loves baths, caviar, and great music. The two become fast friends, but when evil neighbour Mr. Grumps threatens Lyle's existence, the Prims must band together to show the world that family can come from the most unexpected places. Now, if that isn't up there with some of the most original premises ever conceived, then I don't know what is. 12 Angry Men? Ew. More like too lazy to write a proper film with multiple locations, am I right? Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind? More like Jim Carrey's career died and he's desperate. Nah, none of that shit. Lyle Crocodile's where it's at, boy. But before we begin... What is this I see? You have not subscribed? How dare you? You must remedy this now, or I will send my... Please, just... subscribe and like, it helps, please. Okay, thank you. Enjoy the rest of the video. The film opens with one of our lead characters, Hector P. Volante, committing B&E by breaking into what seems to be a restaurant kitchen. Sup, fuckers! We then see him walk through the kitchen and commit to his criminal ways and steal some food from the gantry on his way by. His motives to us are so far unknown besides he was hungry. We then see him commit more theft by pickpocketing a keycard from a kitchen employee. Yoink! One absolute madman. Can anything stop him? He then exits the kitchen with keycard in hand and picks up a server's platter, assuming the role of a waiter and blending in perfectly. He then enters a service elevator, nodding his head in mutual respect to an actual waiter who exits the elevator as he is entering it.
What's good? I like your cut, G.
He then uses his stolen keycard to activate the elevator and selects the L button. Now this is expertly done foreshadowing that gives those true fans who are paying attention a subtle hint at what his life choices will bring him in the very near future. What I'm trying to say is he's about to take a fat L. I also forgot to mention that this is all taking place in what seems to be a one-shot, which is just so masterful, and I can't believe Game of Thrones shamelessly ripped this off in Battle of the Bastards 6 years earlier. Well, they say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. We then see him exit the elevator and make a break for a doorway across the hall, but his disguise is not good enough for one security guard who sees through it and goes to challenge him to a fight to the death. But he plays it off brilliantly by handing him the serving tray he was using for his disguise and making a break for it through the doorway and down the hall.
Sir. NANI? Compliments on the house. Enjoy it. It's delicious. Delicious.
He exits the hallway and enters into what seems to be the registration desk for some kind of talent show. Hector is startled but plays it off by tipping his hat and fools everyone. He then makes a beeline for the stage door, but sadly, they lost the rest of the single cut footage of the film from this point on, so the one take ends here. Hopefully one day Criterion will be able to find and restore the entirety of the one-shot cut, which 1917 shamelessly ripped off 3 years earlier. As Hector is approaching the stage door, he is spotted by another security guard, who tries to stop him from entering, but Hector uses his signature poison gas bomb by throwing it down like Batman and kills the guards as he passes by.
Hello, where's your number? I have no time to waste. Why don't you go to my...
Feeling no remorse for his actions, he continues onward onto the stage and bows to the so-called judges as a sign of respect. But inside, Hector wants to brutally murder each one of them.
No.
The cameraman tries to tell Hector to leave and that after last time he told him no more.
No. Hector, we told you after last time, no more.
Now what happened last time is up to interpretation, which is another point in this film's favour, as imagining what atrocities Hector committed last time is much more effective than telling us outright. Hector responds saying that was just his song and dance routine, and that his new act will blow their minds, implying he plans to detonate an explosive at some point during his act.
That was just my song and dance routine. My new act will blow your minds.
He then does a spin and releases some pigeons from his cape, presumably pigeons strapped with C4, but this is never confirmed by the film.
Pigeons. Yes.
The judges are not impressed and they call security.
Security.
Hard cut to a fire exit and Hector is thrown out by security. Presumably he tried to detonate the C4 strapped to the pigeons on his way out, but it failed somehow. Poor Hector. The security guard is disappointed by Hector's antics and tells him he has to show the judges something they have never seen before.
You gotta show them something they've never seen before.
If pigeons strapped with C4 is not enough, then what can Hector possibly do to win over the judges? We then see Hector walking down a street feeling sorry for himself when he comes across an exotic animal shop and has an idea. He enters the store and asks if they have anything unusual but cute, and can also fit under his hat while he is dancing.
Hi, I'm looking for something unusual, but cute. Really cute. Also affordable. That I can fit under my hat while I am dancing.
The man at the till then proceeds to list off various deadly animals, which works as a massive bit of comedy and levity to the audience, who have just witnessed Hector's true nature in full.
We got a special on bird-eating spiders.
Okay, let's try this again.
Boa constrictor, vampire bat.
He then tells Hector he might have a lemur in the back and goes to check.
Might have a lemur in the back.
As Hector is waiting for him to return, he hears a voice singing along to the radio. Assuming it's not another employee, what could possibly be singing along? He then slowly makes his way into a presumably staff-only side room, committing another crime of trespassing, and finds a singing crocodile baby who, all jokes aside, is so fucking cute. Like, holy shit, like, this thing is just...
A singing crocodile.
Hector sees a sign on the crocodile's cage that says Crocodile, but the croco and half the D are faded away, so it now reads Lyle.
Lyle.
Hector now knows this is his only shot of redemption and presumably grabs the cage and sprints out of the pet shop without anyone seeing. Cut to a taxi pulling up on the sidewalk outside of Hector's bachelor pad. We see Hector and Lyle exit the taxi, and Lyle is already picking up some of Hector's bad habits, as he seems to have stolen a plastic palm tree during their escape from the pet shop. Hector then welcomes Lyle to his new home.
My reptilian friend, welcome home.
Although he doesn't know it yet, this is not a home, it is a prison that will confine Lyle for 18 miserable months. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We then cut to Hector and Lyle in the attic of his home, and Hector is trying to force an understandably nervous Lyle to sing, but to no avail.
La 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 la. Come on, Lyle, you can sing.
Hector then tries to emotionally blackmail Lyle by wrapping a dark red scarf around him when he sees him shivering. God damn it, Hector, how could you? The emotional blackmail works and Lyle starts to sing. And so starts our first musical number. I'm not going to cover it because copyright, but it's a banger all about starting small and showing the man how far they've come. During the song, we see Hector dress Lyle up in a suit just like him.
If you're out of step,
If you're out of sync, care too much what those critics think.
And in order to convince the theatre owner to let him perform, Hector puts down his bachelor pad as collateral.
Cash might be a problem, but I have something far more valuable.
The song ends with Lyle and Hector preparing for their first live show.
Crocodile.
And Hector's plan is now on full display for the audience. Enslave Lyle to make the big bucks. Hector starts to perform, but Lyle has flashbacks to the Great Croc War of '67. Don't ask me how this works, just shut up, it's a film. Frozen by his trauma, he is unable to sing, and the curtain is drawn.
Take a look at us now. Drop the curtain. Come on.
It then cuts back to Hector and Lyle at their home, where Hector tells Lyle he's leaving, but will be back. He leaves Lyle and an iPod and wired headphones, but no charger! How cruel can you get? We see Lyle is visibly shaken and it fades to black with the title card 18 months later. Guess the man won this time. Now, from this point forward, the film speaks for itself. I just wanted to analyse the first few minutes of this epic, genre-defying masterpiece so that I could convince you to experience the rest of it by yourself, as no amount of in-depth analysis can fully convey the artistry, the sheer, unfiltered talent that is on display in every aspect of this film. I think viewing the film for yourself will do that, and much more. So there you have it. My short, in-depth analysis of the opening of Lyle Crocodile that I'm hoping has convinced you to go out and spend all your future earnings on merch, copies of the film on various formats, and life-size cardboard cutouts of Lyle. In all seriousness though, I do like this film, and I know it's not a cinematic masterpiece, but I've had this idea floating around in my head for a while now, and the overall reason for this video's creation is this film was a running joke between me and my best mate Callum. When I saw the first trailer, it was with him in the cinema, and I thought, what the actual fuck is this? And then I saw the trailer every time I went to the movies for about 3 months straight, and I got so sick of it that just out of pure spite, I suggested we go and see it. And we actually saw it a week before its release at a preview screening, and I expected to hate it, but I actually really enjoyed it quite a bit. Ever since then, me and Callum have been championing Lyle in every aspect of our life at any chance we get. And I wanted to make a sort of spoof video essay analysis for YouTube, as I thought it would be funny. Probably won't do more of these, and I don't expect it to do well, but I'm okay with that. I also forgot to mention we have our preview tickets framed and hanging on our wall, so there's also that. If you want me to cover the whole film, I will do if the video does well. But, you know, it's going to take a pretty big response for that. I also want to mention the fact that I live in the UK and we don't get the Blu-ray until the 9th of January, but I'm so committed to the cause that I have imported the 4K and it will be arriving a couple days after the Blu-ray comes out over here, because we are not getting a 4K, but I want Lyle in 4K because apparently it's a true 4K. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, share it about to keep the spirit of Lyle alive. And if you ever start to doubt yourself, just remember, you're doing God's work. God in this context being Lyle. Fucking Jesus Christ. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.